people report the truth. Welcome to Gpdn Weekly News. I'm Ella Lee. First of all, let's look at top row news of the week. Last Tuesday, Greek Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras called on lenders to break an impasse and cash for reform talks after Athens had emptied an IMF holding account to repay the global lender last Monday. Greece has avoided default but underscored the dire state of its finances. However, the creditors are insisting that Greece must adopt and begin a full reform program before they will start releasing the last 7.2 billion euros from a bailout program that expires at the end of June. The Federal Reserve investigated how it could keep a massive short-term lending market from freezing up if America defaulted on its debt. According to source, the Fed is planning on how to manage a sovereign debt default. This is mainly sparked by America's trouble in 2011 and 2013, when political fights over national debt nearly left the federal government unable to pay its bills. German Chancellor Angela Merkel and Russia's President Vladimir Putin had a talk on the situation in Ukraine on May 10th. After the talk, Putin said that the peace process in eastern Ukraine was progressing despite difficulties. Merkel reaffirmed her support for the peace effort and repeated her calls to Putin to use his influences with pro-Russian separatists to end the conflict. Merkel said the lesson of history is that we have to try everything to solve conflicts peacefully. China's smartphone market has reached saturation, according to the industry analyst ADC. Smartphone shipment in China shrank for the first time in 6 years to 98.9 million, down 4.3% from a year earlier. The rise of Chinese consumers had fueled booming demand for smartphones in recent years, lifting firms including Apple and Xiaomi. The slowdown in China will increase pressure on manufacturers to see growth in India and Southeast Asia. Bolivia's first solar-powered vehicle is turned heads on the street, and the quiet cars designer are driving costs down too.
New looks set of wheels on the streets of one of Bolivia's highest city, El Alto. Powered by the sun rays while it lacks in speed, it makes up for inefficiency. This is the public university of El Alto's El Qatari solar car. Its 8 solar panels provide enough energy to propel it to a speed of 70 kilometers per hour. Student Ivan Lopez is one of the developers.
The most special feature of this project is that we capture solar energy and store it in a lithium battery that has a lot of power. It reaches 72 volts. The power that is generated through the battery continues to feed off the solar panels. This means that by using the sun's light, we can store energy continuously.
The student team put their car on the road for an impressive $15,000. Team member Fernando Valeria says they brought costs down by testing the design virtually before investing in expensive materials.
We designed it beforehand, we did virtual tests, and if it didn't work, we changed the design.
And unlike El Alto's other autos, the El Qatari glides through the streets in silence. Willie Eric Agua takes the wheel of the futuristic car.
It's equipped with a brushless motor that allows the car to function in silence. It's small, and for this reason it's not noisy. It's not like the gas or fuel motors that work with pistons and combustion.
The El Qatari is Bolivia's first solar-powered vehicle. With 20 kilometers already on the clock, its developers hope this is just the beginning of a long road trip. Sammy Zhang, Gpdn.
Biologists at a Sao Paulo zoo successfully hatched a rare Lear's macaw. It is the first time the endangered species has been successfully reproduced in captivity in Latin America.
Puppies are cute. Kittens are adorable. Newborn Lear macaws are just plain ugly. But for biologist Region Paiva, this is one of the most beautiful birds she's ever laid her eyes on. The featherless baby is the first Lear macaw to ever be born in captivity in the southern hemisphere, and that is an important step towards saving the rare birds from extinction. Lear macaws are an endangered species with less than 1,300 left on the planet. Paiva says reproducing one is a challenge. She says successfully hatching the baby bird required an incubator set at just the right temperature and humidity levels, combined with a lot of patience.
It's pretty special. We ended up getting this result from a lot of hard work. It took years of investment, which also goes to show the work of the Brazilian technicians and the Brazilian institutions that have this specialty. It shows that we have the conditions and technical know-how to have reproductive success.
The next challenge is keeping the newborn alive. Biologists at the São Paulo Zoo, where the baby was born 3 weeks ago, are keeping it separated from its parents. It still lives in an incubator where a team feeds the bird every 3 hours around the clock. The ugly little bird doesn't have a name yet. It will be 9 weeks before its caretakers will be able to tell if it's a boy or girl. That's when it will be safe to draw blood and determine its sex. 6 months down the road, the baby macaw should finally grow a full plume of beautiful blue feathers characteristic of its species, and its unattractive baby pictures will be a distant memory. Nicole Chen, Gpdn.
Following in the footsteps of Santa Claus and rye bread, three fathers in suburban Helsinki want to create an international market for another Finnish staple, the maternity package.
In Finland, there isn't traditional for a newborn family. Since new arrival is a big event for most first-time Finnish parents, the Finnish social insurance institution called Kela sends a motherhood package to expectant women.
Basically, the box has 54 different items inside, and the entire family can manage the basic things the baby needs for the first year just by using this one package.
Kela also sent the box to Finnish and British royal family when Prince George was born. The gift made the maternity box famous around the world, and made 30-something fathers saw the potential and wanted to create an international market for the maternity package.
I think it's around 95% of first-time parents who opt for the box. And of course, then once you have the box, it's great quality clothes. It's great quality, the sleeping bag, the box itself. So we use the same box for our first child, second, and I'm going to use it for our third child.
Danielson and his friends, who combined have 6 children, realized parents around the world should have access to the package. But because Kela's package cannot be sold abroad, therefore, 3 fathers wanted to rectify by establishing Finnish baby box.
Due to some laws, and we decided to try if we could make our version of the product or the Finnish baby box available for all expectant parents around the world.
An additional bonus is the possibility to use the cardboard box, where the goods are delivered, as the first bed for the baby. The maternity package contains a mattress and bedding for that reason.
The babies actually can sleep in the box. It has a mattress in it and duvet cover and sheets and all that. And at least I slept in a box like a little over 30 years ago, and now when my son was born, he also slept in the box, which is super convenient because you can have the box beside the bed.
These 3 fathers plan to run a company and exports to more than 20 countries, with the contents chosen to suit where the baby lives. Snowsuits are, for example, no longer shipped to Australia. They think it will be great potential in the international market.
A UK construction firm is selling straw-insulated homes that would protect 3 little pigs from the big bad wolf. The engineers say the houses offer customers vastly reduced energy bills.
They look just like any other modern home. But beneath the surface, they have a less typical building material: straw. Bales of wheat straw act as extra insulation behind the brick exterior, while panels made from compressed straw line the inside walls and act as dividers between rooms. Architect of the scheme, Professor Pete Walker from the University of Bath, says this super insulation will lead to vastly reduced energy bills. He says the home's eco-credentials are further boosted by using plants as a building material.
As a plant, through photosynthesis, it actually absorbs carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and that carbon dioxide is effectively stored within the straw. So it becomes a form of a carbon sink. There's carbon storage within the fabric of the building, and so the more straw you use, the more carbon you store within your building for the life of the building.
The houses passed fire safety regulations with flying colors, with the compressed straw panels demonstrating remarkable fire resistance. They cost about the same as a regular house, and Walker says potential buyers needn't worry about the big bad wolf.
People often refer to the nursery rhyme of the three little pigs, and as a result I think people need convincing that straw is robust, safe, durable, and a modern construction material.
Little pigs, however, may have to wait. This first batch of straw homes has already been snapped up, though social housing firm hopes to build 49 more homes nearby. Karen Kuo, Gpdn.
Little pigs wouldn't have to worry anymore. Thank you for watching. I'm Ella Lee. See you next time.